What's up YouTube, this is Tubedigga. In this video I'm going to take a look at the sends and returns of the Akai Mpc Live and how they're best used when using effects such as delays and reverbs. So on track 1 I've got a drum program, it's called Flute Trill Return Effects. The reason I've called it that is because I've got a flute trill sample on my first pad. That's the only sample that I'm going to be using for this video. And I've called it Return Effects just so you guys know that the only effects that are being applied to that are coming from the returns and they're not inserted onto the pad or the program. So let's go to Menu and go to Channel Mixer and look at our returns. So our first return has got a Reverb Large 2 on it. Our second return has got a delay analog, and our third return has got both of those effects inserted. So let's now go to our Q-Link edit mode. I'm going to press Q-Link edit and I'll show you how I've got my Q-Link set up. So I'm in project mode. The reason I've got it in project mode is because this is where you can mix and match various parameters project wide rather than be stuck to just program parameters or pad parameters, etc. So my first Q-Link is set up to control the send amount of our first return, which has got the Reverb Large 2 on it. So if you look up here, it's looking at the program. The program is the Flute Trill Return Effects program. The type is set to program. We're looking at the mixer and the parameter is send 1. Okay, so let's just take a listen to that. And as you can hear, when I bring the send right down to its lowest value, you still get the reverb trailing off. On our second Q-Link, we're doing exactly the same thing, but it's looking at the second send, which is the analog delay. So let's take a listen to that. And what's nice about using the returns with delays, it's more apparent with delays. You can obviously still do this, what I'm going to explain now with the reverb, but you can capture portions of that sample at any point in that sample. I'll show you what I mean. I'll just bring it up past halfway. I'm going to trigger the pad and then I'm going to bring that send down very quickly and it will just delay the first portion of the sample. Okay, now I'm going to do it in the middle of the sample. And now I'm going to affect the end of the sample where you can hear those little woodblock sounds. And on my third Q-Link, I've got that to also affect the second return, but now it's looking at the insert and not the mixer. And my third Q-Link is controlling the time of that delay that's inserted onto our second return. So let's just trigger that off again. So now let's go to our second bank of Q-Links. And as you can see, my first Q-Link is set up to control the send amount of our third return, which has got the Reverb Large 2 and the delay analog effect on it. So let's have a listen to how that sounds. So that gives a really nice effect now, combining the reverb and the delay, because you get that spaciousness of the reverb and you also get the echoes of the delay. I've also set my second Q-Link in my second bank of Q-Links up to control the time of the delay that's also on that third return. Okay, so let's take a listen to that. So I hope you've liked the video guys. I'm Tubedigga and I'm out.